is starting parking,
Like a pull out
confirmed.
track, do one lap, and then park.
So we wait for the command to fire the engines. Today's race will be 20 laps with the 25 buffer for one attempt. I can pretty much assure you that's only going to be one attempt on the green white checkers.
One or two, depending on when the caution is thrown.
And also, as an aside, today's race is brought to you by Trojan Condoms. Don't be silly, Raptor Willie, when you put it in the
Race
kitty.
shatter has been enforced now. We are.
Are we speaking from experience?
Yes.
Also, another pro tip when you see the drivers check it up to the hairpin, gotta give that pace car extra buffer distance.
Who are you on board with right now?
I don't
Green
know,
flag.
Green flag.
Zero on start.
Headed to turn number 1. Good start there for Dave Daniel in the 4 car. Looks clean throughout the first part of the field. Through turn 1, up to turn number 2. First couple of corners incident free. The 99 runs wide.
Looks like we're good.
Gets it back on track. Ryan Bugай around.
Round.
Tanner Clayson is through the kitty litter, and looks like he's going to get back on track without too much of an incident.
Tanner dumped the 61.
But we have a caution out. The
caution is out.
Is out.
Number 1 of what will probably be many of the day. As it's a road course, road course rules, they race back to the caution, and either Dave Daniel just ran it off wide or didn't get the message because he just lost the lead to the 14 car Casey Lester.
Casey Lester is opening up a lead now over Dave Daniel, who's getting
to Nelson.
Yes, who something must be wrong with that 4 car because now Robert Nelson's taken advantage of that and gone up to second place. Now Casey Lester bringing the field back to the caution, but it looks like
Morgan McClure car.
Yeah, Dave Daniel there on the inside will complete the pass on Robert Nelson, who hits the wall. Dave Daniel will come around and take the yellow flag in second place.
Tiger has hit the wall hard in the hairpin.
Dan McKay's around on the exit of the hairpin.
Let's take a look at that
incident. Two cars we were talking about in happy hour as being favorites, Dawson and Barney Ward, have come to the caution flag in 10th and 11th respectively. So they made up a little bit of ground, not much though. Of course, they didn't have much time, so can't expect more than that, really.
Yeah, so now Casey Lester in the number 14 Janiking Dodge is leading the field. Casey Lester.
I'm starting parking now, doing my start and park lap.
And it appears that the 04 has come onto the track.
Yeah, just lack of communications, understanding there between the 4 car and race officials. Just didn't get the message that you race back the entire race on road courses. So he's nothing to kick himself over. It's still really early in the race.
Mm-hmm.
Now that he knows that, I'm pretty sure he won't lift next time.
Pretty sure he won't either. So now we've got, yes, the 04 car is on track. He must have missed the start because that car is, well, kind of catching up to the field. Oh, what is Dan McKay doing? It looks like he just ran into the back of Tanner Clayson. Ryan Bugai's front end is all messed up on that car. And now the 04 car of Ian Cooper is working its way down the S's. Didn't really expect this car to start here today, but... Oh, he's cutting the S's.
Not quite sure what happened there. Just to bring out this caution, just it never looks like the 61 really got up to speed at the start. He didn't get a good start. Got to the top of the hill off of turn 2, and got in, 79 got into the back of him, and hit him again and sent him around. Just never looks like he was able to accelerate.
And we have word that the 04 was forced to miss the start because he could not find a 4th tire for the car. He had to go out to the parking lot and borrow one off one of the passenger cars in the parking lot, and he is now on track and on pit road. He might be pulling in the pits and calling it a day.
I have just got word that he has no crew chief, pit crew, or spotter. I don't even know how he was allowed to get on track in the first place. So, well, I believe that's a start and park entry.
I wonder if he's going to give the tire back to the car he took it off of in the parking lot. I hope so. That would be theft if he did not.
Well, so looks like the driver of the 04 has hopped out of the car and he is changing the tires himself.
Unless you're allowed to crew chief your own car, spot yourself, and service your own car. What a pit stop he just did by himself. Folks, I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. As he's still on pit road and in his pit stall, though.
Looks like
Probably getting
Truly
his helmet back
historical.
on.
looks like Ryan Bugai got that damage repaired. He's going to start at the tail end of the field as the 0 car continues to sit on pit road. Now Casey Lester and Dave Daniel are side by side. I believe
We
we
have
are
more.
coming to the one.
Don't mind me.
What?
Yes, we are coming to the green flag. This is the one to go lap. Looks like Lester chose the right side lane. That may be the default pole position line. I'm not quite sure on that.
We have word that the 04 is eating ice cream on pit road. That is why he has not pulled out of the pits yet.
Well,
You might
after
see if
pulling
he-
off a pit stop by myself like that, I'd want to have ice cream too.
Yes, truly a remarkable accomplishment for the driver of the 04. We are coming
What
to
a
the start.
Herculean feat by that 04 car. And now we have the green flag. Casey Lester bringing the field around. And we have green flags in the air now.
Very
A
slow
little bit of
start.
bumper tag. 64 gets
Oh,
knocked
we have a crash.
sideways.
These 0-0s around. Double
Are
zero.
we?
I don't think we
The
are
caution
cautioned
has
yet.
Quote
just
caution
flown.
Arnie, I'm so sorry, Dawson. I'm a cunt.
Let's get his race
Unquote.
back to the line. So Lester is going to have to hold off
So
the
sorry,
4
Nick.
car here.
Yeah.
Try
I
and
said
keep the
Dawson,
lead
right?
for another caution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looks
okay.
like the double
I wasn't
zero.
sure for a
The
second.
replay shows that he just got turned by the 51. of
Oh,
Barney
Dave
Ward.
Daniel nearly lost it coming down that short straight there. Into
Contact there between Ike Durbin and Ward as they come into turn number 5, I believe.
Oh, 44 is in the wall. 61's in the wall. Hard. That's a
Ooh.
crash. That's a big crash.
61's over. Oh,
Not
jeez.
Ryan Bugai in that number 61 car. I don't think his day is going very well. Would you
That
agree?
car is all sorts of
No,
messed
I'm
up.
not
It's got damage in every corner and even top and bottom.
Now, oh, Casey Lester drove the turn wide. Now it looks like Dave Daniels going to take the lead. Coming here around this kink, and Dave Daniels going to bring the field now to the caution. So, gonna take a look and see how Dave Daniel got the lead there. Looks like Casey Lester just Dave Daniel set him up good, coming to the hairpin. Casey Lester just didn't carry enough speed. Car pushed wide, hit the wall, and Dave Daniel is going to take the lead now, coming to the caution.
Oh,
And-
we have 04 has gone exited the pits behind the wall. I don't think that's legal. But he's back on track somehow.
Let's take a look and see what happened to Nick Dawson under that caution.
Not quite sure what happened here, whether the 4 car just didn't get a good restart and that stacked up the inside line or not. It starts out with Pellerin getting in the back of the 64. That shoots him to the inside wall. Frank was able to hold on to it from getting in the inside wall there. And
Looks like
Barney Ward just...
Yeah, looks like Dawson checked up and Barney Ward didn't. And well, we all
was
saw
trying
what
to
happened
shoot
there.
the gap there and wasn't expecting 00 to check up so much.
To be honest, I think if it wasn't for Ryan Bugai being that far back, we wouldn't have a caution. But Robert Nelson thinking about diving into the pits, but he doesn't. First car to commit to the pit lane is Alex Witt, the mayor in the 44, your winner at Texas World. Barney Ward, I believe, is going to get last car in line. Or not. And back of the field, Ike Durbin, Tanner Clayson, who I think is getting EOLL, and Nick Dawson are on pit road. Your top 5 as they run right now on lap 6 of 20. It is 20, correct?
Yes, sir.
Lap 6 of 20 is Dave Daniel, Casey Lester, Robert Nelson, Dan Leckleiter, and Luke Pellerin round out your top 5. Rounding out your top 10 are Frank Azaretto, Trek Tauger, Gabriel Messina, I believe it's Messina or McKenna, one of the two, Ryan Bugai up to 9th place, and your first car to pit under this caution was the mayor, Alex Witt, in the 44.
Coming around the server connection issues, coming around turn number 4A. No, that's number 7. 4A was back there after the shoot. My bad. We are under one to go. Lap and a half of pacing. Or pretty much 2 laps, but 1 lap for pit road, and you get the one to go halfway through the second lap.
And we got the 79 flipping out again.
What's going on? I'm hearing reports that there is some radio chatter that we can't play.
Tanner's slipping out again.
From the 79 car.
Tanner hit the wall right in front of Dawson.
Oh, he just ran into the tire barrier under caution.
79 car appears to be having a ton of issues. And, well, the pace car lights are back on.
And now he's blaming his wheel.
And apparently...
Yeah, I believe that was for the... Either the leaders didn't give the pace car the room it needs, or that was for the 79. I'm not quite sure what that was.
Oh, Luke Pellerin fell out. Tough break for him. Now the pace car picks up the field. Frank Azaretto inherits his position in the top 5. And apparently Tanner Clayson blamed his wheel.
That would have gone to green long before I would have even gotten there, and the yellow is still out because Tanner hit the pit wall or whatever.
Tanner Clayson has retired from the event. Luke Pellerin is now 1 lap down, I believe, in that 88 car after having some connection issues. Should be able to get that back.
Yeah, he'll receive that back when under the next caution flag.
The 04 car is still on track. Seems to be choosing to only run the caution laps. Perhaps this start and park effort might actually pass some of the guys who have wrecked out. What do you guys have to say about that?
Well, it is a valiant effort, considering he's spotting for himself, crew chiefing himself,
and pitting
servicing
himself.
Pitting himself as well. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. The car might not be up to standards, but he definitely is.
Yeah, 79's wheel cut out supposedly, yet he was able to go around the rest of the track. Okay.
Bit of
And turn
official,
hard left into a
officials
wall.
having doubt on the 79's claim there. A little stack up there before we go to the green.
Dan Leckleiter looking a little racy a bit too early, but as they come around the kink now, Dave Daniels going to bring the field to the green flag once again over
Back in the
Casey
air flag,
Lester.
but a little late on that one.
Looks like a
Robert
clean
Nelson
start.
doing a little bit of landscaping there, Mike.
A little bit of landscaping. Yeah. All that dust kicking up in turn one. Oh, Gabriel Messina is off. He gets
And
that car rolling again.
That brings out a caution. Wow.
I have to say I'm surprised. I did not expect something as minor as that to bring out a caution.
Seems as if
The officials
Tudor / NASCAR officials are running this one today, folks.
Let's take a look and see what happened to Messina. It's like he just got...
I tell you, Frank Azaretto just might want to count his chickens because he hit that curb coming to the S's, just about rolled his car over. Coming from past experience, that curve that he went off of is not a friendly one.
Yes, Frank Azaretto nearly did roll that car. We just showed you there. Now he's getting freight trained.
Huge stack up through the hairpin. Looks like Trent Tauger was in the middle of that one. Dave Daniel once again get back to the caution in first.
Dan Leckleiter has inherited second place. Robert Nelson up to third, and Nick Dawson is fourth. Where did Casey Lester go?
He's got some back-end damage. I think he stuffed that thing somewhere.
Let's take a look and see what happened to Casey Lester. Looks like he was running second up until turn 7. Coming down through the S's.
Runs it wide coming out of the S's, catches some curb. Robert Nelson, a little aggressive, trying to beat him to the corner, turns him into the tire barrier hard.
And that might put a that's definitely going to put a damper on Casey Lester's day. He was having a good run, despite that car not being quite up to speed with some of the front runners. He was still keeping himself up towards the front, and that car was looking pretty good. Post-race comments from Tanner Clayson. BRB uninstalling NR2K3 forever. Sounds like a rage quit to me, gentlemen.
We all have those moments, Mike, and I'm sure he'll, whether he does or not, I'm sure he'll be all right in the next couple minutes. Just kind of didn't seem like he was having a good day
to begin
at the
with.
racetrack today, so.
And it looks like the 04 car is back to his usual shenanigans of driving around under caution.
I tell you, the action just got crazy in that last caution there. Caution came out for the 291. That's an unfortunate one to take, really, because he never really spun. Coming through the hairpin, Alex Witt gets into Trek Tauger, sends him sideways. That checks him up. Barney Ward gets tagged by Ike Durbin. They're 3 wide for a moment there coming out of the hairpin. Couple of cars on pit road. Robert Nelson just left the pits. Chuck Tauger decided to pit as well, probably repairing some damage.
Casey,
they took guys leaving pit road, and Casey Lester just left pit road.
Took the rear end off of that 14 car there.
Took the rear end off and did have some side damage. Looks like they got that, able to get that repaired. Shouldn't be too much of an issue for him. Not too aero dependent here at Sonoma Raceway, more mechanical.
So now Daniel
Once again, the lights are off.
Daniel Lecklider, your winner for the past 2 weeks, is starting on the inside, I believe. Starting on the inside of Dave Daniel. Daniel looking to try to defend that, or I believe that's the outside. Correct? Yes. That looks like the outside. So
Looks
Dave
like he decided to choose the left lane on this start. Notable, 00 car is now up in the 4th position.
and Barney Ward is up into 5th.
Or
It looks
3rd,
like.
may I say. Looks like the inside's on the left. Plenty of room for the pace car to get through pit road. We're about to take the green flag. Green flag back in the air. We head off into turn number 1. Start that climb up the hill.
Looks like Dan Lecklider is going to try and get a run on Dave Daniel, but Daniel throws the block, and Lecklider drops back. Looks like Dawson's going to take advantage now. Dawson on the outside. Dawson makes the move, and he's going to pass Dan Lecklider with ease on the outside.
Easily.
Oh, Barney Ward just got into Ike Durbin there,
around.
and Durbin's over. Barney Ward having issues
Barney
getting the
Ward,
car rolling.
When he's seems like when he's been working his way up through the front of the field, he just seems to get caught up in another incident.
Have you noticed that I'm only completing laps under caution?
Yes. Yes, that has been mentioned. As now we've got a battle for the lead between Dave Daniel and Nick Dawson. Dawson is an aggressive driver, an aggressive defender at that, but I don't know if he's going to be able to hold off Dawson here coming to the caution. Dawson gets a look on the inside. Dave Daniel, oh, they touch.
The inside, oh.
Oh.
Close moment there. I just think both of them just got sideways. There was no real contact between them. Daniel will hold them off for now.
Actually, I'm going to take a look and see if there's any contact there. Going back. Oh, yeah, there was some definite contact there. Some definite contact. Looks like Casey Lester is retired from this race due to accident. Let's see what happened to him. So Casey Lester coming into the S's, coming down the S's now. Oh, oh wow. Looks like Lester just caught one of the curbs weird and shot off into the tire wall in the S's, and that's going to end his day.
It's pretty unfortunate because it looks like he was starting to pick off some cars, charge his way back through the field again.
Well, actually, looking at it now, his car was fine, but as he came down, headed towards the hairpin,
Urjana, I'm gonna pass Tanner after I complete this lap.
the car just started smoking, and he really had no choice but to retire it. And 04, who's been doing laps only under caution, is now set to pass Tanner Clayson in the 79. Not sure what to think of that.
Well, he's already passed the 99 car.
Gabriel Messina commits to the pits, as well as Barney Ward and Ike Durbin once again.
Barney Ward just got the bad news from the officials. That was number 2 for his incidents tonight. The one for the restart incident, and then this most recent one where he got into the back of the 128 car.
So Barney Ward is done. There goes one of our contenders for the win here. Oh, looks like Alex Witt is having some connection issues there. But those
Scary connection issues there for the 44 car.
Scary enough for Dan Leckliter to shoot off to the side and really give him some room.
Dave Daniel once again chooses the left-hand lane for this restart, and that'll put Nick Dawson's inside. And I think if Dawson gets the start he needs, he might be able to clear him going up the hill.
However, oh, what happened to Dawson?
Oh, I think he just had connection issues. Oh, he's gone. Yeah, I saw his car blink once, and then he just started going straight. That's possible. His game might have ran into an error right there.
So, one more contender is dropped down by the wayside.
That's a tough break.
I'm looking now. He's still in TeamSpeak, but
Yeah, that might have been a window. Minimize, black screen, and anything that causes the game to
Nick Dawson
blink
is
out
just
and,
Nick
lose
Dawson
control
is
of your
just
car.
fallen out.
So we'll set him up for another restart. The 04 car coming down pit road.
Having passed Tanner Clayson now, as now Dave Daniel brings the field to the green flag. Mayer on his outside. Mayer's got a pretty good run coming up the hill here, but he lets Dave Daniel take the spot. Now Robert Nelson making a move on the inside of Dan Leckliter. As it looks like we might be setting up for a green flag run, at least the longest one we've had yet.
Man, Dave Daniel caught a huge piece of that curve. Here comes Alex Witt to his inside. Is he going to clear him?
Oh,
Drives it in hard, too hard.
Dave Daniel with the crossover. Oh, they're colliding.
They touch, they hold on to it.
Dave Daniel takes the lead now. Robert Nelson up to second. I don't know if the mayor's going to take too kindly to that.
Yeah, the first one was just hard racing, and Nelson charged through there and knocked him out of the way again.
Dave Daniel proved at Belle Isle that he is quite an aggressive racer. That's probably the hardest I've ever had to work for a position in F5. And now Alex Witt comes back on the inside, but looks like he's going to have to drop back.
And when I started and parked, I pulled into the garage.
Drove in too hard, took away that corner exit momentum. Nelson's going to hold on to for second for now.
But Dave Daniel now is out front, and he's starting to open up a gap. Oh no, Dave Daniel locks it
He
up,
hits the curb and he's around, right in front of the leaders.
and that's going to bring out the caution. What a tough break. Officials seemingly on a hair trigger here today. It's a shame. Now, the mayor is challenging Robert Nelson. Oh, they get together, and they take each other off the track. And now, the mayor, Alex Witt.
4 car looks like he's got right front tire down.
Oh, looks like Luke
Let's see his
Pellerin's making a
suspension.
move now.
4 car is going to fly right in front.
Yeah, that car's not healthy. But now Luke Pellerin is up to third place in that number 88 car. Where did he come from? Alex Witt coming through the hairpin. Robert Nelson doesn't look like he has a charge, any charge for him. Oh, Ike Durbin gets into Leckliter and he flips him over. Coming into the hairpin, Leckliter just did a complete barrel roll and landed. So it looks like Ike Durbin's going to get the spot, but I don't know if there's going to be any repercussions for that move or not. Looked like it was just hard racing. Despite having a flat right front, Dave Daniel crossed the line in 8th place.
Man, I don't know. He's going to have to take that drive-through penalty anyway. I
User
would just
left
hit
your
pit
channel.
road right there instead of taking the risk of driving the car around and getting damaged.
Looks like Nick Dawson's called it a day. I don't see him on track. Oh no, Nick Dawson's back. Nick Dawson is back on track. I believe he's going to be the lucky dog. He's going to get 1 lap back for falling out, and I believe he might get another lap back for being a lap down already.
Nah, he'd have to be. He would have to be. Unfortunately, he joined. If he had joined maybe about 50 seconds earlier, at the time of the caution came out, he'd get back on the lead lap. However, the way things work here, when you fall a lap down under caution or rejoin the server under caution after falling out, you're going to have to wait till the next yellow flag to receive the LD.
I wasn't too familiar with that rule. Thank you for that, Joe.
Yep, no problem.
Probably because it's never actually happened to me. So,
He will receive a lap back, though. So that's always a positive, and there's always a chance for another caution coming out, so I'm pretty sure he can get back into this thing.
I wouldn't even call it a chance. I'd call it a certainty the way that these drivers have been racing. To be entirely honest. I hate to bag on them
But
like
there's
this,
always
but
that chance that I've been through a lot of Sonoma races in my career, and they always start out like this, and then eventually you'll get that run to the end. And usually it is that time frame where it's the last 3 laps of the race where somehow they manage to run them green. So will this happen? I don't know. Looks like we're gonna get the one to go right now, I believe. As soon as they hit the top of the hill, that'll set up for 3 laps under scheduled distance.
and
And if the caution comes out, that would set up a greenway checker.
sorry to interrupt you, but look, Ben just said lucky dog 00 back on the lead lap. So looks like Nick Dawson is going to be back on the lead lap after all. Dan McKay was ejected from the server. So now up front we've got Alex Witt, Robert Nelson, Luke Pellerin, Dan Lecklider, and Trek Tauger now up to 5th place. Ryan Bugai in 6th. Looks like, I believe that's Dawson. Dawson, I believe, might be 7th. Azaretto 8th. Durbin 9th. And Dave Daniel rounds out your top 10. Gabriel Messina is the last car running in 11th place. Oh, no, 00 is still 1 lap down. Excuse me.
I had to give him a reminder. Just it's because it's the way that the normal caution system,
Okay.
lucky dog system works.
Alex Witt bringing the field back to the green flag now. And looks like Robert Nelson got a good jump there on the outside. Let's see. Oh, he's off into the dirt. But
Looks like it was all trying to trigger the flagman there, as it was a go, then stop, then go again. Mayor's trying to check out away from the 29. The 29's trying not to let that happen.
now Trek Tauger is up to 4th place. He has cleared Dan Lecklider. And Frank Azaretto is off into the dirt. And
Oh, the Mayor runs into the dirt. He loses the lead. Nelson's now in the lead.
now Dawson got into the back of him. And oh, we're stacking him up.
Man, I don't know how they didn't. I don't know how.
Oh, Nelson drove it wide. Here comes Luke Pellerin. Oh, Trek Tauger. Whoa, we got big junk. We've got big
Dawson's
junk.
around again.
And no caution.
No caution.
No caution. But now Luke Pellerin is hunting down Rob Nelson now. Luke Pellerin in that 88 car. Dave Daniel is up to third place. Trek Tauger
I
in
was gonna
fourth.
say, don't look now, but here comes Daniel.
Oh, Luke Pellerin just drove it wide. And now Rob Nelson's going to drive away. But here comes Dave Daniel, as you mentioned before. Trek Tauger up to fourth place, as I mentioned before. Dan Lecklater and the mayor, Alex Witt, battling for fifth place there.
Man, and Wade Dawson was charging up through that pack after the restart. I thought he'd wrestle his way back onto the lead lap the old-fashioned way, but just didn't get that. Got caught up in a mess again.
Frank's not giving him any room.
Oh, Daniel caught the tire barrier. He's around in the short chute. That will bring on a caution.
Yes, that will. So
And
Dave
that
Daniel
will set up for a green-white checker.
looks like oh, Trek Tauger trying to hold off Dan Lecklater now. And that'll put Dawson back on the lead lap if I'm not mistaken as well. I believe that was Dave Daniels' second, so unfortunately he might have to. Unfortunately, I think he is done for the day, if I'm not mistaken. As now, coming to your first green-white checkered, the running order is Robert Nelson in first, Luke Peller in second, the mayor in third, Trek Tauger fourth, Dan Lecklater in fifth, Ike Durbin 6th, Frank Azaretto 7th, Gabriel Messina 8th, Ryan Bugай 9th, and Dave Daniel has officially retired from this event. So Nick Dawson will round out your top 10, I believe. If I believe he's going to since he's lucky dog, I think the leaders or the officials are going to tell him to get end of the longest line.
Good God.
What?
You would be correct. He will just have to be waved to the back of the field, and then a lap
This
will
is
be scored
funny.
for him on the restart. Doing the traditional going around the field doesn't really work too much in road courses. Doesn't give you a lot of time.
It can be done. It's just you have to time it perfectly. Typically, but I think Dawson's just gonna get EOLL and just get his lap back and start from the tail end, as green-white checkered attempt number 1's gonna start here next lap. Robert Nelson with the fake out there. It looks like only Dawson and Gabriel Messina are going to commit to the pit lane. This time by Dawson.
Also, Raffle.
What?
Dan.
Dan getting ejected.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Gabriel Messina is going to be the only one to dive down pit road of the leaders. Nick Dawson getting lucky dog this time around is going to he's gonna get into the pits, change his tires, get end of the longest line, and he's gonna start in the back. Because now I think Gabriel Messina is just taking it easy getting into his pit stall. Don't think he wants to be a part of the mess up front, so he's just gonna hang in the back and wait and see what happens, I suppose. It's an adamant strategy, and I think it might pay off.
The way this is going, Dawson's going to have to look at pretty much everybody in the top 5 probably running off the course in this last run to get back to the lead. And it might be a possibility. A lot of the guys in that last restart seemed like, Hey, I'm in the lead.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I don't want to win this thing.
I don't know about you, Joe, but I'm starting to get some Monaco 1982 vibes from this race. People get into the lead and then either they throw it off or they get internet problems or something happens. And seems like first place is cursed place to me.
It's going to be some adversity for Dawson to overcome here. Trying to get through this, what's remaining of this field, to make clean passes, not get in the back of anybody, and send them around and bring out a caution and end your day. So,
Seeing as I believe Dawson already has one caution on him. Gabriel Messina hustled up, and he is going to make the tail end of the field by the time that they round the hairpin here.
Fun.
And
left the pace car enough room to get that guaranteed restart. This might be the only attempt.
It might be, as Robert Nelson now, anticipating the green flag, and looks like Nelson got it. Now it looks like Mayer is going to try on the high side of Luke Pellerin. Oh, Ike Durbin. Ike Durbin gets hit by Gabriel Messina there in the back. No caution.
No caution, we stay green.
Looks like
you can just tell Robert just wants to get out of here. He
Mhm.
wants to get to that white flag to guarantee that this race is going to end.
And now Frank Azaretto is up into the top 3. Frank Azaretto now is a contender. As his car steps sideways, so does Alex Witz. And now it looks like Dawson's hunting down Trek Tauger as he works his way towards the front. Oh, Dan Lecklider with some Starship Enterprise there. Oh, what happened to Luke Pellerin? He's got a tire down. We've got 3 cars into the wall now. And that's going to bring out the caution.
I'm telling you, man, that was just aggression.
Let's see what happened to Luke Pellerin to get his tire to go down. Looks like Pellerin was driving, and well, that's just
and
bizarre.
Lecklider's butt, man, despite doing something even dumber earlier. Okay.
Well, that's just bizarre. Did you see what happened to Pellerin?
No, I'm not quite sure.
His tire just went down on the straightaway, or not on the straightaway, but coming down the S's when he was switching over to the left-hander or the right-hander. So Pellerin's tire blows out. Trek Tauger's done now, and Ryan Bugai is in 4th place. Let's take a look and see what happened to Dan Lecklider and that group of people.
Just got destroyed, and I mean destroyed by the 60 car. Lecklider looks like was just committed to making the corner, and Talgart was committed to trying to outbreak the 00.
And looks like Dawson just had nowhere to go. He committed to the right and didn't expect them to go that way either. So now Dawson's got damage, but he's sitting in 4th.
Well, I believe with only 2 laps on the scheduled distance, what's left here, they're going to take the caution this time by. The flagman's still waving. So they'll officially open pit road now. That would set
them up for a 1-flag shootout, or 1-lap shootout.
This is it.
You think this is it?
I believe this is it. Because they'll be coming to 2 to go right now, and they would have to get to 1 to go on a 3 to go to get any chance of a restart.
I don't know about you, Joe, but I think they might get it here.
I'm not quite sure. Um, Never really seen. I've ran many road courses in my time. Never really seen the one to go thrown on a one lap shootout. Um, if it was under a different kind of track type where it was triggered by the start finish line and not halfway through the course, I'd imagine, yeah, they might have a chance at a one lapper. But this right here will tell us. Pace car comes over the top of the hill, where he's turned his lights
I
off
kind
all
of hope
day.
this is over
They
because
stay
I have
on.
a feeling Dawson will give me a headache afterward.
I'm not sure where the pace car lights turned off.
They've been turning off at the top of the hill. That's it. Everybody's dying. The race is over. Robert Nelson wins it.
Good. Race is over.
Well, an interesting turn of events here, as Robert Nelson, I believe, will score his first ever win,
Second.
second win at GOMA,
He
his
won at
first
Bristol.
one under the Light Series.
Second.
Second?
He
Oh,
won at Bristol.
didn't he?
Yes.
Yep.
So now Robert Nelson is a two-time winner in his number 29 Mother Energy Telstra Ford Taurus.
And he is burning those rear tires off. Oh, Gabriel Messina just, oh man.
And Robert Nelson has retired due to puncture. I believe he blew out one of the tires. So, should we go get some interviews?
I believe so. Why don't we start off with our Australian native?
Ribbit.
User was moved to your channel.
Congratulations,
Nelson.
Ribbit. So how was that
Thank you.
race? I saw
Yeah, it was
you,
very challenging. I didn't think I would win, but I did. So hey,
saw you faced some adversity early on as the lead switched between Casey Lester and Dave Daniel. What were you thinking while that was going on?
I was just waiting, picking my marks. Just waiting to see if they'll make a mistake, and both. I'll go into Casey, but he made a mistake later on, and Dave also made a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Just needed to capitalize on them.
Just a lot of hairy moments out there tonight. A lot of restarts he had to go through, especially that last one there. What were you feeling when you know you had to go through at least one more, possibly another one? But seeing as how the distance was only another 5 lap cushion, it only gave you one attempt. So must have felt good when you took that caution there at the end.
Yeah, it felt real good. Yeah, I was just trying to get a jump on Luke, and I got it. And I was hoping Witt didn't get that good at the very start. He wasn't able to get clear of Luke, which I was glad that happened. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, got a road course win. Woo! Didn't think I would ever get one.
Well, congratulations on your second career GOMA Lights win, and hopefully this is the second of many.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
User was kicked out of your channel.
Should we get second place?
I believe so.
Just do.
User was moved to your channel.
Frank Azaretto, mister, are you here?
Yes.
Frank, buddy, second place. Tell me about your night.
Oh god. Well, started well. Started third. Definitely did not have the fastest car out there. Got screwed over a couple of times toward the second half of the race. Had a great run on that final restart. Got up to third. Then Luke had his issue, and finally a top five finish. That's all I gotta say, really.
Definitely a stress reliever. I know you've ran into a lot of issues this season, and hopefully you'll be able to do one better because when you get that win, it's all there, man. So one short today, but second place is definitely that top five you wanted. Um, about the racing tonight, I noticed that you were getting bounced off a lot. Everybody else is bouncing off each other. What did you really think about it?
I don't know. Like we've kind of been seeing that all season, really. I mean, especially me in the last couple of weeks, I've been screwed over by a couple of people. I was probably wrecked. I was wrecked twice last week, and almost wrecked two more times. And finally have the race that where something goes right. This is just a huge weight off my shoulders.
Mm-hmm. Take us through that last restart there, Frank. We saw you went from you got a really good jump. You went from seventh all the way to second. Take us through that last restart.
Well, didn't really expect much to happen, and I guess I was surprised myself on how well of a run I had. It's like I might as well go for it, and don't think if it would have went green, I don't think I would have had a shot at Rob for the win. But again, I'll take it.
All right, man. Congrats on the top five second place finish tonight. Hopefully, you'll get many more of those. We're gonna go round up third place. Alex Witt.
User was kicked out of your channel. User was moved to your channel.
The mayor, number 44, Alex Witt, came home third place today. Tell us about today.
Well, it was a good race. Just want to say it overall. Really proud of the whole Total Motorsports Incorporated team tonight. Frank had a heck of a run, and he made some great passes. A couple of them were on myself. Ike didn't have too good of a night, but he'll be back into good form next week. But tonight was good. Had a shot at the win. Had tires were pretty wore out on that next to last restart, or that last restart, and just kind of overdrove it coming out of turn 5, I think, and just or turn 4. I can't remember the right-hander that leads to that downhill right-hander, but just lost grip and let Robert get by, and so hate that kind of pissed away a shot at the win, but
Mm-hmm.
happy with the top 5, gained some points in the points leader, and it was a good night.
So, what was your opinion of all the restarts tonight? Take us through how you came into that last restart.
Oh, you mean as far as the amount of cautions, or the way that you approach the restart for position and whatnot?
Both questions.
Okay. All right. Well, I do think we had too many cautions. I think overall we've gotten kind of better with that a little bit. Last week it didn't really show, but
It should
hopefully
also.
we'll.
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt, but it should also be mentioned that it appeared that the officials were on a hair trigger tonight.
It was mentioned earlier in the race that if there were incidents that happened under caution, they would count as one of your two. But I wouldn't really. I wouldn't entirely tune into that. I would be. I mean, if I were an official, I probably would be a little frustrated because we did spend a lot.
I was referring to the cautions that were thrown for cars just simply.
Just seems that
Yeah.
car that ran off. Example was the 291. He ran off into the dirt, never really got sideways, and
Yeah.
seems as if the caution had come out. So, knowing that there was extra weight to if I just go wide off the course, it might throw the caution. Did that affect you in any way?
I mean, I think every caution does have an outcome on the race, particularly when you have so many, because it doesn't give doesn't give you a chance to get a full run in and to pull away from anybody. And it's easy and it is kind of selfish to let yourself slide back up onto the track in the hopes for a caution. But at the same time, there's a couple guys in here who don't have as much experience, so they'll get better at that as they go along.
Right, definitely. Well, you
Mhm.
come home with a third place finish. You make the podium, another top 5, and I believe you said you gained some ground on there. The points leader, Daniel Eckletter. So good on you, man. Good luck the rest of the season, and we'll see you next week.
All right, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Mhm.
User was kicked out of your channel.
Wow.
Well then.
Quite an interesting night tonight. Australian Robert Nelson, number 29, Mother Energy Ford Fusion, will take home the victory today
Here at Sonoma.
at Sonoma. Yeah. Final thoughts today, Mike?
Final thoughts. Well, I have to say a few of the cautions were a bit out there, I guess I could say. But aside from that, we saw the good, we saw the bad, we saw the lucky, we saw the unlucky, and well, the lucky came away with the win.
Yeah, definitely. It's been that case these last couple of weeks. With Leckler scoring his win at Oxford, and definitely today with Robert scoring his win today at Sonoma. Sometimes it's all you can hope for. If
Mhm.
you don't feel like you're the best guy out there to win on speed, sometimes luck just has to be on your side. And last week and this week definitely showed it.
I agree. Couple of lucky guys. Well, entire podium, with the exception of Mayer. Mayer was up front for nearly the entire race, as with Robert. But Frank Azaretto, that's one lucky guy right there. Drive up from 7th to 2nd on the final restart and get up to 2nd place. Now that's a good showing. And that's a lot of, well, I'm not saying that uh, he wasn't fast, but he definitely wasn't he definitely wasn't the fastest car.
Right? Yeah. And
Mhm.
that goes back to sometimes you just need that lady luck to be on your side.
Mhm.
So with that, that'll close out tonight's broadcast. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.